Hi guys. Good evening. If you can hear me, just let me know. Let me know. Use the chat and let me know if you can hear me, please. Get started. We're going to get started. It's already 8 o'clock already. So we're going to get started. Okay, great. So absolutely, absolutely. All right, that is great. That is great. Okay, superb, superb, great. So good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. More people are joining because it's now 8 o'clock. So I'm sure that we're going to have even more people as we get started. So in my usual fashion, I'm just going to welcome a number of you here who I see your names. So welcome Agnes Aliu, Chigoze Dali, Rotimi Olatunji, Jibola Akindumbi. I hope I got that right. Ibito Samuel. Um, Imai Kop Eko. I hope I got that right. Sorry if I murdered it. Right? Thomas More, Adoniram, AC Amos, Courage Osagi, Choma Uhuebu, Samuel Monday, and Phelan. All right, so I can see a number of your names here. So thank you so much for coming on the webinar. So before I continue, I'm going to apologize for the um, for the image. The video is kind of dark. I forgot to bring back my my webcam, my external webcam when I was coming from the office today. So I'm using my computer webcam, and if you know computers, the webcams that they come with are not usually that good, but it's okay, it's fine. So as we go along, if you have any question, just type it into the chat box. I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to answer the question as we go along. So today's topic is basically why 95% of people who start an online business fail and how to be among the 5% who succeed. And the reason I thought it really important to talk about this topic is because it sets the stage for all of the different online money making models that we're going to discuss starting from tomorrow. So I wanted to start it on the right note because I needed everybody to understand, right? I needed everybody to understand how the whole success thing, especially when it comes to business, and most especially when it comes to small business, right? So I need everybody to understand exactly how to make sure that you reach for success every single time, and to make sure that the odds are always in your favor. Now, of course, when you get started, especially if you are brand new, how many of you are brand new here? How many of you have not done an internet based business before? Just just let me know by saying yes or no in the chat box. Okay. No. Okay. So Gabriela Chukujindo. Okay. Jibola, no, no, no. Yes. Onwoka says yes. Onwoka Emmanuel. So there are lots of those. New. Yes. No. Okay. All right. So it's really important to understand how um, how the failure thing and the success thing works. And it's not just about online businesses, it's basically about any kind of business, right? So, and I'm sure you guys have heard where, hold on, guys, 1 minute. Okay. Okay. All right. So, I'm sure you guys have heard where um, you've heard motivational speakers say things like, you know, you've got to believe it to achieve it. You've got to believe it to achieve it. If you don't believe it, you're not going to achieve it. You know, if you if your heart can conceive it, then you can have it. But the problem, and this is my big problem with motivational speakers, is that if you tell them, okay, so how do I believe it? They can't explain. They just say things, abstract things like work on your mind, persevere, right? And it happens a lot of times. Happens a lot of times. They really can't articulate for you how to believe so that you can have what it is that you want to have, right? So while I was ill, and I'm sure a lot of you, if you followed me for a while, I was out for 3 months. I just had a surgery 3 weeks ago. Yeah, 3 weeks ago, actually. And then I just returned back to Twitter about a week ago. So for 3 months, so from August to like 3 weeks ago, I've been ill. I had an ailment that required a number of surgeries, right? So I had a lot of time to think, right? And I was thinking to myself, so why is it that people fail so much, right? What is the problem? What causes it? So being on my bed, being that bedridden and all of that, gave me a lot of time to think. It gave me a lot of time to think things through. And it just occurred to me one day that, okay, I think I figured this thing out. And the first time I was back in my office after my illness, I was telling my staff, I was like, guys, I think I figured out the reason why people fail in when they do an online business, especially when they're new, right? And even when they're not new, why so many people find so very little success, right? So I kind of put my thoughts together. I kind of put it together, and in words and all of that, so that I wouldn't forget it, because I planned to do like a full video for my YouTube channel eventually on that topic, and and so basically I'm just going to go over why this happens. So here's the thing. So people buy a lot of educational training, right? So you want to start a business. Doesn't matter whether it's online, offline. You want to start a business. What do? You buy video courses, right? Some people buy video courses, some people buy ebooks, some buy print books, some pay for one-on-one copy, and yet 95% of them fail, right? Like they fail. And it doesn't matter. A lot of times, it's not even about who created the product. That's not the reason why they fail, but they still fail. So you've got to start wondering why does this happen? Right? Why does the larger group fail when they start something? And the reason is because they don't do anything. And I'm getting there, right? Because in a little while, you guys will understand it. So they don't do anything. But then there's a reason why they don't do anything, right? Because imagine if everybody who ever bought a course or bought a book or paid for coaching actually implemented everybody, then almost everybody will be getting results, right? But it's not happening. It's not happening at all, right? Not happening. So the easy way to think about it is to say, oh, it's a part of life. And yes, it is a part of life. There will be people who buy stuff, who buy educational materials and do nothing with it. Some people do that. But then there are people who follow through and don't do enough. And then there are people who go all the way and do really, 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 really well, the 5%, right? But the majority of people don't follow through. So you need to understand why they don't follow through so that you yourself, especially if you're new, right, you can know exactly what to do and exactly what to avoid. So let's start with myself as an example. So when I started out, uh, all I ever wanted to make was an extra 50,000 naira a month. At that time, 50,000 was about the dollar was about, I think, 145, something like that, right? All I ever wanted was to make 150,000 naira extra a month. And I didn't even like in my head, I didn't even think making a million was like, geez, it was like planet Mars to me. So it was kind of inconceivable. I mean, I can even conceive planet Mars now, but it was like so far fetched for me that it didn't even occur to me that it was possible for me. So in my head, I told myself, you know what? I just want to make, if I can find something that can make me some, like an extra 50K a month, I would just be a very, 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 very happy guy, right? And please let me know anytime the audio you can't hear me, because sometimes these apps malfunction. All right. I hope you guys can still hear me. Please let me know. It's quite low. Okay, let's see. Okay, a lot of people can still hear me anyway. So, okay, great. So please raise your volume if you can hear me well. Just kind of, raise your, if you're working from your phone, raise the volume. Otherwise, just refresh your Zoom app, and you are going to be able to, or just refresh this page, the page you're on now, just refresh it, and you are going to be able to follow and hear me. All right, great. So, like, so basically, so when I got started, oh man, okay, Nigeria has happened. They just took my lights, and I need to. So it's kind of everywhere is dark now. So, all right, guys. So I'll just continue because I don't want to put on the noise is going to streaming. All right. Okay, great. So when I got started, my goal was to make just like an extra 50K a month. If I my thing was, if I do that, I'm just going to be a very, 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 very happy guy. Like super, 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 super happy guy. Right. So when I got started, I failed like miserably. Like I was failing. I went out. I remember putting out an advert. The advert cost me 3,500 naira, and one person bought what I was selling, and I was selling it for 2,500, which means that I was at the loss. I was at the 1,000 naira loss, right? Basically, you know. But the funny thing is, I was so happy that I got that one sale. And the reason why I was happy that I got that one sale was that it did something very, very important for me. Because this whole internet thing was, I had been trying and failing and trying and failing and trying and failing, right? And funny enough, prior before that, I had written this ebook called Failure Buster. It was a motivational book. And funny, the thing is, I was the most unmotivated person in the entire world when I wrote that book, right? But I wrote a motivational book, so you can imagine an unmotivated person writing a motivational book. Go figure. So, but I sent the book to someone who helped me promote it to his list, and he told me he was going to take 80% of the sales, and the book made, from his list, he made sales of about $10,000. He sent me 2,000, all of that, which obviously I promptly squandered, and then I had to start again from scratch. So I ran this ad for 3,500 naira, and I made one sale of 2,500. But I was excited because the reason why I was excited, that was the first time I was trying to sell something to somebody in Nigeria, right? By myself, anywhere. That was the first time I was trying to sell something to anybody, anywhere, whether in Nigeria, whether abroad. the first ebook, the motivational thing that I wrote, I wasn't the one who tried to sell it myself. Somebody sold it to his email list, right? So, and I was excited because for the first time, somebody who didn't know me, somebody who hadn't seen me, was willing to send me money for what I put out for sale, right? So, so it excited me because it did something for me. It validated to me that I can do this thing. In my head, I'm like, okay, yeah. So now I know that I can do this thing. Now I know that someone or people can buy something from me directly, right? So, it really made me really, 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 really excited. I was like, wow, okay, wow. And validation, what validation does for you is that validation helps you, tells your lizard brain that, you know, this guy has already won because he has seen success. And that is why it is super, super important that for whatever you do, you see success and results very, very fast. Otherwise, some people's motivation can't measure up and then they drop off. But we're going to get to that, right? So making that one sale validated to me in my mind that this thing that I'm doing works. It works. People in Nigeria, I have seen it happen, and it has happened. The fact that I lost 1,000, right? And for me, it was like leverage. It was like leverage. You get one win, and now that what you now do is that you just stack new wins on top of the previous ones that you have. You just keep going, just stacking up like new wins, new wins. But the trouble now is that so many people are not getting their first win. So many people they are not much more stacking on anything, and that's why they are not starting, or that's why when they start, they drop off. Okay, and the reason why they don't start, why do people not start anything? Can anybody guess? Why do people not start anything? Just guess if you think you know, right? Fear, fear. They're scared it won't work. Indecision, fear of failure. Absolutely, absolutely. That is it. It is fear, right? Fear, fear of failure. They are scared of losing money. They are scared of failing, right? If they start, they are scared of what their family and friends will say, right? When I started learning this thing for the first 4 years, I started in 2003 trying to make money online. For the first 4 years, I failed. Like from 2003 until 2007, when I met that guy that took 80% of the sales, I failed. Like for that 4 years, I was taunted by my friends, that my family told me, you know, you need to face school so that you can graduate with a good degree. Who has been told that? So that you can get a good job. Because all this entire thing that you're doing is not going to work, right? Onwuka Emmanuel says that he started in 2015 and unfortunately has seen nothing. And I'm going to help you correct that tonight, right? So, right? So for 4 years, I was told this is not going to work. You're wasting your time, right? You're wasting your time. So for 4 years, from 2003 until 2007, failed, right? So here we are, 2007, I I left school and I made this one sale. So I was talking about fear, but the funny thing with fear is that there are two kinds of fear. Two kinds. The first kind of fear, obviously, is the fear of getting started and failing because you don't want to be mocked, because you don't want to say people to say, "I told you so," right? You don't want your family, your wife, your husband to say, "I told you so," right? That is the first kind of fear, right? You don't want to lose the money that you put into the thing, right? But then the second kind of fear is the fear of how much more horrible or how much more uncomfortable your life would be if you do not change your current state. So for me, I was feeling the second kind of fear. Like my fear was not about failing, getting started and failing, which was why I kept going and I kept going and I kept going. My fear was, man, if this, I have to make this thing work. Because if this thing doesn't work, then I really don't know what to do because I had burnt all my bridges. Like, so everybody has fear. Doesn't matter who they are. People who achieve very little, who achieve a lot, everybody has fear. But overachievers, people who overachieve and succeed a lot, many of them have a little more fear because they're afraid of staying in one place. They're afraid of not changing whatever situation they're in right now. They're afraid of not being there. They're afraid of missing out. So that fear gives them a strong enough reason to follow through, which was the case for me. So my fear was I was tired of not having money. I was tired of having to beg my fellow students, guy, I beg, find me $20 there. Guy, I beg, find me $10. And then I would get $20 from this person, I would get $10 from this person, I would get $20 from this other person, and then I'll put together 60 or 70 naira. And then I'll go to the worst restaurant in school. The place was so dirty, right? Only people who ate in that restaurant were people who didn't have money to buy good food. Sometimes their soup, you eat their soup and you'll be praying to God that you don't retch and vomit everything, right? But I didn't have a choice. I'll put together $60 or 70 naira and I'll go to that place, and just close my eyes and just eat this food like that and pray to God that something doesn't happen, that I don't, start purging or something. So I was tired of not having money. I was tired of begging. I was tired of penny pinching. I was tired of going days without food. So I said, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. So I started looking for solutions from 2003 to solve this problem that I now recognize that I have. Now, this is a good place to start, right? And for many people, that is the reason why they buy courses, they buy products, they buy one-on-one coaching, they buy ebooks, right? They attend events like this one. This one, we're not charging you for it anyway. It is a good place to start, but that is just the first step because buying it is just buying it. If you buy it and you don't do anything with it, right, that is basically, like not buying it at all. Now, here's the great thing about actually buying something and open it. No, do you know that 80% of people who buy programs, who buy like courses, maybe a video course, 80% of them don't ever open it. And it happens to me sometimes too. I see a sales letter, it's intriguing, it's interesting, I read it. Oh, okay, this will be good to learn. And then I pay for it, I download it, and then 1 year later, maybe I'm looking for something on my system and I see this folder. I'm like, so what folder is this? And I open it and I see that it was a course that I bought 1 year ago. Now, it doesn't really affect me much because now I know how to produce, right? I know how to produce. I know how to make things happen. I know how to go in and make stuff happen. But the very important thing, especially when you are getting started, the very important thing that you need to learn to do very importantly is that when you buy something, you actually start using it. Because what it represents is progress. So you have gone from, thinking about this thing, to buying it, to opening it, and actually start studying the thing, right? So you need to do this because what makes people excited is progress. When you start working on something new, even if you haven't gotten to the goal that you want yet, the fact that you're making progress is exciting. It keeps you motivated and it keeps you going. So in my case, that somebody saw something that I had for sale and thought that it was valuable enough to pay 2,500 naira for it. So it was progress. So first step to progress is making the decision and buying the course or the ebook or the printed book or the thing. This, right? But that is where the problem begins for most people because they don't even do that at all. They don't even buy, right? They say, oh, these scammers. If I had a penny for the number of times I've been called a scammer, right, I will be a rich man. Okay, okay, I'm rich, right? But I'll probably be Dangote if I had 1 naira for every freaking time somebody had said that. But because I know that what I do is legit, and because I know that I've gotten tons, when I say tons of testimonials, I mean hundreds. I screenshot everything. Anytime I see anyone, I screenshot it and keep it. And in that folder, I have over 300 testimonials from people. And that's the people who say that, oh, what you did for me, worked for me. In fact, this afternoon, I was talking to someone who bought, I have this newsletter called Ronald Mentoring. And the guy is probably on this call now watching this. So I'm sure he knows because we talked about it this afternoon. And he said, I bought this your thing and I joined a network marketing company in August. And from August, September, and October, I sold over 21 million naira worth of products. And now every week I make between 500 and 800,000 in commissions from August. And August was when I got sick and and had to leave. Right. So between that time, this guy had done stuff. So that is the first step. The first step is making decision and buying the product. The second step is now opening the thing up and actually starting to go through it. And this is where the problem is because most people will not do it. So what I've figured out is if you want to be a successful entrepreneur and you go out and buy 1,000 training programs on how you can become a successful entrepreneur, you will not do anything with it unless you are in a situation that I call a must situation. You understand? So there are two situations that make people do stuff. There's a desire situation and then there's a must situation. I must do this thing. The people who do nothing, who buy coaching or ebooks or print books, right, or one-on-one, people who do that, video courses, people who do that and do nothing are people who only have a desire. They are in a desire situation. They are still okay with their lives. Now, don't get me wrong. It doesn't. They still have big dreams and ambitions, right? They want to do big things. They want to do big things. They want to do, great things, right? They have ambitions, right? But those ambitions and those dreams and those goals is not pushing them yet to the point where they will do whatever it takes that they must have what they want. So your must situation is that point where you say, you know what, I am sick of this. I will do whatever it takes to master this thing that will help me change the situation that I'm in right now. Right? So think about this. Think about what pisses you off, what excites you. It's all relative and it's different for each person. So what excited me was someone paying 2,500 for my book. The funny thing is that up to this day, that 2,500 in my head and in my thinking is like the most exciting thing. Is the most important money I've ever earned in my life. And I've made tens and tens and tens of millions since then, right? And I do that every year. But that first 2005 is more exciting to me. Every time I remember it, it gives me special pleasure, far more than making 50 million today. Because for me, it was the breakthrough, kind of the first thing. Right? Somebody trusted me enough to buy this thing from me. The euphoria is just unbelievable. And it's not about the money, it's because somebody recognized who I was and what I was capable of. Somebody trusted that I knew what I was talking about enough to buy it. So that day I knew I had found the answer. I had found my own path to go and everything that I ever wanted in life. And I knew that that path, if I followed it, it will lead me to everything that I wanted. All of it. So from that point now, all I was thinking was, how do I improve this? How do I take on another skill that will create more freedom for my life? How do I get more than one person to buy the next thing that I try to sell? Right? Without trying to be perfect. Now, here's how to do it. The first thing you must need, and please, if you can type or you can write, please start writing now. The first thing you must do is that you must have a big reason why. You must have a reason that compels you to say, you know what, I'm sick of this. I'm going to do whatever it takes. So for me, it was that I was tired of asking people for money. And I love my family, and I wanted my family to achieve my financial freedom. My dad had made money. I have said this on Twitter before. My dad had made money 3 different periods. My dad was a millionaire 3 different periods of his life, multi-millionaire. He started a business, it crashed when I was a baby. Then started another business. That one crashed during SAP. Started another business, which was based around telecommunication. The company of GSM made that third one crash. He's building a fourth business and he's a multi-millionaire again, fourth in his life. So this man has made, like, over time, has made me multi-millions, 4 different periods. Some people crash once and they lose hope. This guy is doing it for the fourth time. Sometimes I look at him and I'm like, I hope I can be 4 times as aggressive, or twice as aggressive as my dad is, right? So you've got to find your reason why. Why do you want to do the thing? Right? Why do you want to do the thing? It has to be strong enough to push you to take action and to keep taking action until you figure out a way that works. Right? And then the number 2 thing you need to do is you need to call what is called a daily ritual. Right? So what a daily ritual means is that every day you do one thing to condition your mind so that your mindset can get strong. Because the stronger your mindset is, the longer staying power you have to work on something until that thing works. I don't know if I'm making sense. Am I making sense, guys? Please let me know, right? So every day you do one thing. Every day you do one thing. Every day you do one thing. You don't skip any day. Every day you do something that, that brings to your mind that this is what I want and this is where I'm going to, right? Yes, and I'm going to tell you guys how to do all of this. We're getting there. I'm just laying the foundations for you because I need you to understand it. So every day you do one thing. So let's say, for example, you want to lose weight. You're overweight and you want to lose weight, and then you buy a weight loss program. Now in your hands, you have like the way, you have the system, you have the plan, right? Your goal is not to read or go through the entire thing. If you do that, it can become overwhelming, right? So what your daily ritual will be to just do one thing from the program, no matter how small. Maybe you watch only the first video and then you do that first video until it's now part of you, and then you now watch the second video. That's what I mean by a daily ritual, right? So you just do one thing. So let's say it's a course on how to design a web page. If you try to go through the entire course, a lot of times if you try to go through it at once and then start building, it's going to be hard, right? Because it still hasn't like percolated in your brain, if that's the right word to use, right? Or you can just watch the first video about how to create a template, and then you just keep working on that every day until suddenly one day you just figure out that, okay, now I know how to create a template. I don't even have to think about it again. Does that make sense? And then you move to the second thing, right? You move to the second thing. So every day you do one thing, right? Day by day, week by week, and so you tell yourself, each week, I'm going to make a little progress. without trying to be perfect. Because you know that as long as you're making progress, one day you are going to get to the goal. If it's weight loss, one day you're going to no longer be overweight. Right? That's why making that first 2,500 naira or losing the first 10 kg if you're overweight is exciting and life-changing. Because once you break through, fear stops mattering. Fear becomes secondary. And from that point, it becomes just a game. So if you buy a course, right, and you've not seen any progress, right, it is because you have not yet broken through. You have not seen that first progress that keeps you excited and keeps you going. And the breakthrough happens when you condition your mind every day by feeding it something, you feed it a role model, or you feed it a story, right? And like I said, the most important thing where you start is that you start with why. Because why causes you to seek for solutions. Why is it a must for you, right? You don't have to wait until your back is against the wall, right? It has to be something that you are hungry for. And that is the only difference in people. Some people are more hungry for success than others. If you're not hungry enough, if you don't get around people who are hungry like you, right, then you're not going to do much. You need that hunger. So if you're not hungry enough, find people and get around and hang around people that are hungry. Find your friends that you know want to better their lives and stay around them. Make sure that you guys discuss, talk about business, try things together every day, do something together every day, listen to people every day. Because all of a sudden you're going to start saying, my life sucks. I really need to do something. I really need to do better. Right? So let me tell you guys a story. So in 2013, I was living in Festac and I was doing really well. I was doing well. I was making a couple of millions a year, every month. My best month in 2012, my best month was making 1 million in 1 month, right? So I was doing quite well, lived my own house, doing quite well. And I thought I was lounging. I thought that, man, I don't arrive. And actually, my friend, Honorable Aki Alabi, I'm sure you guys know him. He had been inviting me to come visit him in Lekki, and he invited me for like almost 3 years, right? And I kept telling him, man, that place is far. Okay, I'll go come, but then I won't go. I'll say, okay, I will come next week. I will see whether I'm less busy next week. But I just didn't want to go because I thought it was this far place, and I really didn't want to go through all that trouble going there. And then one day, he called me and said, look, I need you to come help me with something. Please come. Right? And then I went almost 3 years after he had started asking me to come. And when I got there, where the address he gave me, that was the office, and I saw that it was like a twin duplex, 3-story building. I was like, three floors each. I was like, wow, when did this guy's business become so big that this entire place is the office? Right? Because remember, I was all the way on the mainland. Nothing ever brought me to that land. I really didn't care so much. So, I met him, we exchanged pleasantries. We were like, man, it's been a while and all of that. And he took me to lunch. And then after lunch, we drove to this private estate. you know, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, whoa. I was like, jeez. The estate was so quiet, it was so serene, it was so beautiful, the roads were paved. I mean, I live in Festac, right? And I said, we just bought this house, so we're moving in a couple of weeks. And I was like, whoa, oh, ma, we are this guy. They like this, so, but he's up here now and we're here, right? And he took me on a tour of this thing, this entire house, right? So we went around the house, went on a tour, and by that night I was depressed. And I was not depressed because I was jealous. I wasn't, right? I wasn't. But I was depressed because and now, I would look around my house and I'll be like, man, this place is crappy. I can do better. I have the capacity to do better. Why was I thinking that I arrived simply because I was here? Right? So my point is, from that point, my standards change. And people can change their standards by getting around and seeing things that are better. People can change their standards by getting associated with what is true, right? Like the bills that they have to pay, like the problems that they have to solve. It can piss them off enough for them to say, I beg, I'm tired, I need to solve this thing once and for all. Or they can change their standard because they're excited. They've seen something that they can aspire to. Everybody is different. So you have to find your own why. Why? Because that is what is going to give you momentum. So now the next thing now is, so why do people take action and some people don't? The reason between taking action and not taking action is because people are looking for certainty. People want to be sure. People want to be absolutely certain so that they will believe. Do you agree? People want to be certain before they believe, right? They want to be certain, oh, okay, I want to be sure that if I do this thing, it's going to work, right? I want to be sure that if I put this money here, because remember you guys, when I asked before why people are afraid of getting started, it's because, and you guys say it's because of fear, which is true, right? People want to be certain before they believe, right? So people are looking for certainty because when somebody is absolutely certain, right, they can believe 100%. When you're absolutely certain that if I do this, it's going to get me this result, and then this result is going to change my life, then you will do that thing. But if you think with certainty, because certainty is two-faced, right? If you think with absolute certainty, this thing is not going to work, then you are never going to do anything about it. And there are some people who stay in the middle of, okay, maybe it will work, maybe it won't, let me try. But in this case, it is better to believe that it's not going to work than being in the middle because it's still the same thing. So if it is a must for you, you're going to figure out and find ways to make it work, as it was in my case, and a lot of very successful people. If it is not a must for you, or you are not sure, then you are not going to do anything. So the question is, so why do more people have certainty? So number one, it is because motivation will not hit you like a ton of bricks, for example, falling from the sky. Because motivation is not permanent. And that is my problem with my second problem with motivational speakers. They tell you to keep yourself motivated, but then they don't tell you how, right? There's a quote that I saw somewhere one day, and someone said, motivation is like, okay, I think it's a Zig Ziglar quote. So it says that motivation is like taking your bath in the morning. You don't wake up every morning and say, oh no, I took my bath yesterday, so I don't need to take my bath today. Right? You don't do that. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. Motivation is not permanent, but you need to keep motivated. So how do you keep motivated? You do it by keeping and feeding yourself what I call reminders, right? You put yourself on, some people call it affirmations, right? I think affirmations is an abstract word. So I like to call it reminders. So you put yourself daily in a place. Remember the daily ritual, right? You put yourself daily in a place and you put yourself in situations where you are immersed in the things that you want. You are around the people that are doing the kind of things that you want to be doing someday. You go to places where there are things that you want to own someday. right? You put yourself in situations and get around things that keep you believing that what you want is possible, because you can see that it is possible for other people. They don't have two heads, right? And you may think, oh, they are lucky, they are lucky. You don't know that for a lot of people who are successful, many of them started from scratch. But you don't know, because when you knew them, they were already successful. And many of them don't like to talk, especially in Nigeria. A lot of successful people don't like to tell you what they do. That's why when you ask people in Nigeria, so how did you do it? How did you make it? Oh, it's God. That thing pisses me off. Like, jeez, what the hell are you talking about? It's not God. Tell us what exactly you did, right? Right. So, but I understand it now. The thing is that our people are very, very conservative. So they don't like talking, saying a whole lot about what they do. Okay, so what kind of reminders? So reminders are like you get mentors, right? People that can coach you and tell you. Now, getting mentors, it can be hard, because mentors requires people creating time for you, right? So if you can't do mentors, you can do YouTube videos. I do that a lot, even now, right? So one of my goals is to own like a convertible car. Now, I really don't care whether I own it or not. It really doesn't matter. But it's a vanity project for me. So I go to YouTube and I watch a lot of YouTube channels with convertible cars, because I want to keep it at the top of my head, because I know that one day I'll be like, you know what, this 45 million, I bet nothing will happen. I will buy the car like that. The reason why I've not done it, because I'm like, why the hell should I commit 45,000 to buying a vehicle that I will probably drive maybe 2 to 3 times a week? Because those things can be fragile too, right? So watching YouTube videos, hanging around people that you want to be like, reading books. And when I say books, I don't mean motivational books. I mean like autobiographies. You want to read stories about people who started from scratch, people who made it, people who overcame odds, right? Some people have what is called a vision board. So they take pictures of places they want to go, things they want to have, and they stick it to a board and they hang it somewhere that they see it every day. So what I do is I do it by hanging around my really, really rich friends and watching them make moves. I watch YouTube videos of the things that I want. I subscribe and read magazines like the Rob Report. Guys, check out the Rob Report. It's a magazine that rich people read. It's a rich people's magazine. So inside there you see they advertise very expensive stuff in there, and I love reading it, right? Because it keeps my head sharp, and I'm like, yeah, guy, you've achieved, though, but there's still a long way to go. There's still all these things that you can do, right? So that's how you do it. Now, the second thing that people do that makes them fail is that because they they don't believe, right? Or how do I explain it now? So people go out and then they see something, but they don't believe in that thing. But then they go ahead and buy a course on it anyway, because they think, you know what, maybe I'm going to figure it out. Yeah, maybe you're going to figure it out, but you've got to believe in the potential first before you're going to be motivated enough to be able to try to figure it out. Like I said earlier, you've got to build your mindset, right? How do people get themselves to follow through on the same things that other people have not been following through on? What is the difference? The difference is the mindset. So how do you build your mindset? So I'm going to go to the whiteboard and show you guys something now. So I'm going to share my screen and I'll take you guys to the whiteboard. I hope you guys can see this. Okay, great. So how do you build mindset? How do you build a mindset that forces you to keep going no matter what, that forces you to find solutions and stay on your goals until you figure it out. So it's kind of like a flow. So the first thing is belief, right? That was what I was talking about before. Don't mind me, because I'm trying to write with my mouse. So Abi, so belief. So belief takes you to potential. So belief takes you to potential. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Please let me know if you can see it, so that I'm not just doing something and nothing is happening. So potential, right? Oh man, writing with a mouse is horrible. Okay, it's like hard. So potential, right? And then we have the next one, actions. I actually learned this particular drawing thing, this particular chart. I learned it from Tony Robbins, right? So we have actions, okay? We have actions, and then actions take us to results, right? Actions take us to results. Draw again. So actions take us to results. So we have results here. Results. And then the results go back to. So this is starting point 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4. So let me explain how this works. So once you've built your mindset, so your mindset creates belief, right? So you now have to believe in the potential. This belief has to be transferred to the potential of whatever it is that you have bought or that you want to do. So you want to be an affiliate marketer. We're going to talk about one of the training series is going to be on affiliate marketing. That will be on Saturday, right? We're also going to, there's another, on Friday is also is CPA Forex trading, which is a form of affiliate marketing too. You know, my friend Michael is going to handle that section. The guy is killing it. When I say killing it, the guy is killing it. You know, because I'm close to these guys, I see a lot of what happens in the back end and all of that. So the potential is whatever it is you want to do. And everything has potential, guys. Everything. It doesn't matter what it is. This guy that I said earlier, Michael, that I called today and I spoke to today, he's in a network marketing company. Network marketing works. People make money from it. Information marketing works. People make millions from it. I do. Real estate works. People make millions from it. The problem is not potential, because potential is static. Potential is static. This one is not static. This one, not static. So that's why you need to build up this one, because this one now transfers this belief that you have built up here into whatever it is that you want to do here. Does that make sense? Right? So potential doesn't change. People are going to make money in network marketing next year. People are going to make money in network marketing in 10 years' time, in 20 years' time, and in 50 years' time. Maybe the format is going to change, but will people make money in it? Yes. People are going to make money selling information. Yes. People are going to make money recommending affiliate products. Yes. The potential is static. The problem is not potential. The problem is belief. if you don't believe enough in this potential, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to take action. And if you don't take action, what happens? You're not going to get the result you want. And if you don't get the result you want, what happens? Your belief reduces. Your belief in the thing. How many of you have sworn that you are never going to do network marketing again? Or that you are not even going to do it at all? Let me see. If some of you here have done that or have said that anytime. Exactly. Me, I swear with my life, Joseph Okoro says so. See why he says I have, right? Yeah, I swore. So now, what if I told you that I can show you how to make money with network marketing and make millions doing it? And if you believed enough that Ronald can show you how to do it, would you change your mind or not? Yes or no? If you believe that I can show you how to do it, because there's a way to do it. Because I did it in 2015. Right? Because I did it in 2015. Yeah, in 2015, I built a team of, of, of people in network marketing, 204 people in 1 month. 204 in 1 month in my team. Yeah, of course, you're going to need some more convincing because your belief is still not enough. So you see what I was saying? It is the belief that is the problem. It is not the potential. This is the issue. If I strengthen this for you and I give you reasons to believe, you are going to change your mind, even if you have sworn not to do it again. So all I need is to help you strengthen this so that you can transfer this to the potential, right? Because whatever it is that you're doing now that is giving you money, if you're doing something that is giving you money now, you had to believe in it that it was the way. Otherwise, you wouldn't have stuck to it to figure it out. Do you agree or not? Right? Otherwise, it is the belief. So this transfers from here to here, right? Now, when you not believe that this thing is going to work, guess what you are going to do? You're now going to go all out and take action. You're now going to go and take action. You're now going to go and do whatever needs to be done. Because now the belief is strong enough that if I do this thing, all I just need to do is just to figure it out. If I figure it out, I'm going to get the result that I want. And if you now go and take action, now your first set of actions may be imperfect when you start, which is why you want to do it, follow the daily ritual thing that I spoke about earlier. Make progress day by day, right? So you take actions and then you get the result. And if you get the result, what happens? Your belief increases. So I created this thing, wrote this ebook, advertised it, and somebody bought it for 2.5. Guess what happened? Now I'm like, huh, somebody bought something from me without meeting me, without knowing me, without even talking to me. He just saw it, just saw the website, just saw the sales data and bought it. I was like, okay, I will just create more products. So I created more information products the following month. Guess what happened the following month? The following month, I made 56,000 naira. So the first month, I made 2.5. The next month, I made 56,000. And what do you think happened when I made 56,000? My belief increased again. Because now I'm like, okay, wow. Wow, if I can do 56,000, that means I can do a whole lot more. And by the third month, I did, I think, I can't remember exactly. I think it was about 112 or 113,000, give or take, something like that, right? So with each result that I got, my belief increased. With each time my belief increased, my belief in the potential of this thing being the way increase. So, which was now natural motivation for me to just go out and just take action. And the more I took action, the better the results that I got. That is how you build mindset. So where you start is with the belief. If your belief is not strong enough, all these other, you're not going to do any of these other things. You're not going to do any of these other things if your belief is not strong enough. So what you must do is to make sure that you strengthen your belief. You use skills, right? You get around people who have done those things already, because these things show you that it is possible. They show you that you can do it. So belief, results, belief, potential, action, and results. And it's a loop that goes round and round and round that way. Okay? So when nobody in history hasn't done anything, people will say it is impossible until somebody does it. And when that person does it, guess what's going to happen? A lot more people started doing it because now they now have something to believe in. They now have something to believe in, right? So some people have a belief of what potential, real potential is, and it doesn't matter if you don't believe that network marketing, and I'm using network marketing. The reason why I'm using the example of network marketing is because I know that a lot of people hate it, right? But it is not about hating it or not hating it. There are some people that don't hate it that make millions. I met someone who is a network marketer. He's Nigerian, but he was born in the US, right? He came back to Nigeria, lived here for a while, and went back to the US again. That guy does $1 million a month in network marketing. $1 million a month, 400 million naira a year. In 3 months, that guy makes over 1 billion naira from network marketing. So it is not the potential. The potential is static. It works. You just don't believe enough in it because you don't know how to crack it. If I come in and I tell you, you know what, I feel I know how to crack it, which I do because I've done it before, right? Absolutely, right? Which I do because I've done it before, and I tell you, look, if you follow me and work with me, I'm going to show you how to crack it. Then you are going to do it. So, for example, Fidelis just said, Chair again, I just said, how can I raise my beliefs? So that's what I'm trying to explain, right? So I told you about like I told you about getting around people. So for example, if I'm a network marketer and I'm not making doing stuff, I'm going to look for someone in my organization or maybe my upline who is doing really well and hang around them all the time. If they do any seminar anywhere, I will be there. I'll follow them on Twitter or their social media. I'll watch what they do because people will do what will work for them. They may tell you the wrong things to do, but for themselves, they will do what works because they want a result. Does that make sense? So I can come in and tell you, hey, you know what? Don't use WhatsApp marketing or WhatsApp marketing doesn't work, right? But then if I want to market, I'll still do WhatsApp marketing. I will still go and do WhatsApp marketing. So I told you the wrong thing, but I'm still doing the right things for myself. So you watch what the very successful people in your company do, or your uplines, whatever. Is either you do that or you leave your company and go somewhere and work with someone who can actually take you by the hand. In this case now, we're talking about, if you remember that I mentioned mentors, right? Who can take you by the hand and actually show you what to do, right? So if you believe there's little potential that what you want to do, what you want to get into, that it's not going to do much. How much action do you think you're going to take if you don't believe that that thing is going to work? How much action do you think you're going to take? Why would you waste your time, right? That's what you'll be telling yourself. Why would I waste my time? Because you don't believe in the potential. You're going to get lousy results. And the more lousy results you get, the lower your belief gets. The better the results you get, the higher your belief gets. Right? So, in my own case, making that first step gave me that certainty that I needed. Right? And then I just build on it from there. I just build on it from there. I just build on it from there. That is how you build a mindset. I'm still going to record this entire thing. It's going to be shorter. I'm going to record it in our studio, and I will still put it out on YouTube, but a shorter version. I'm going into detail and explain it to you guys because I need you to get it so that when you start all the training sessions tomorrow, what I want you to do is to find one of them that you can believe in 100% and raise your belief in. So let's say it is affiliate marketing you want to do. So we're doing the CPA affiliate marketing stuff on Friday, and then the local based expatriate marketing affiliate marketing training session on Saturday. All the classes are free, right? So let's say it's affiliate marketing you need to do. After the classes, what do you do? If I were you, I'll follow those two people. I'll look at what they do. How do they tweet? What do they tweet? I'll follow them everywhere because they are going to post what they are promoting on their social media. I'm going to start modeling them. I'm going to look for other affiliate marketers around the world who are doing well. I'll go to YouTube and search for affiliate marketing, successful affiliate marketers, for example. I'm going to watch their videos every day because I'm putting myself in that state. I'm giving myself those reminders, right? I'm doing that. So we come back to the question, why do people fail? Which we already know why they fail. It is because they are uncertain. They want something, but they are afraid that they will fail. They are afraid that they will fail because they don't have a strong reason why they must succeed. That is why to succeed, you must learn to reverse engineer fear, right? And how do you reverse engineer fear? You do it, right? How you do it is that you have a strong reason why you must go all the way. You have to find that reason. And if the unfortunate, it's not unfortunate. The thing is that I can't tell you what your own why is because I'm not you. My why was that I was tired of begging people for money. I was tired of my family going because my dad's business has crashed. His third business has crashed again. So you can imagine, you are growing up, you guys have money, and then suddenly you don't have money again. Now, the first 2 times it happened to his first 2 businesses, I really didn't mind because I was little. What do you know when you're a kid? But this third one, I was grown up, so I knew, right? And I freaking hated it, and so I wanted to change it. I wanted to change my family's story. That was my motivation. I can't tell you what your own must is, right? But you've got to figure it out because you know it in your deeper heart of heart. You know what is pushing you, to want to succeed. You know what pushed you to come for this and attend this training today. You registered since yesterday or since 2 days ago, or maybe today, this morning. Doesn't matter when you did, but the point is that you suspended everything and you are here. You are watching this. Something prompted you to do that, right? You've got to figure out what that is because that is how you find the reason why you must succeed. And once you do that, start conditioning your mind for success. I've talked about finding mentors, reading autobiographies. You have to, because as you do that, you strengthen your mindset and make it stronger. And then you now find something that you can believe in 100%. Like I said, it doesn't matter what it is. Just find something that agrees with your personality. Whether it's affiliate marketing, whether it's network marketing, whether it's information marketing, whether it's cryptocurrency, right? Whether it's consulting, we're going to teach you all of these classes. Whether it's e-commerce, tomorrow's class is e-commerce. The guy who's going to teach you, he has worked with me now for nearly 4 years, right? I've mentored him for for probably five. I met him in 2016. Okay, so this is the fourth year, right? And he's worked with me. Okay, he's worked with me for about 3 years. I met him in 2016. He started working with me in 2017. And the first day he came to work with me, I told him, I'm going to make you money. You're going to be a millionaire. You're going to make a lot of money if you do what I tell you to do. Last year, he made over 30 million. Last year, right? So execution is everything. Find your why to succeed. Find something you can believe in. That's why you have to go through all the classes. So you find the one that in your mind, in your heart, you think, okay, I can believe in this thing and I can make it work. And then focus, right? And then you execute. You execute. Some of after this session, they're going to teach you because what I've told everybody who's going to teach you from tomorrow until Saturday, I've told them show them everything. Show them everything. If they want to learn more, if you have a course or something, you can now offer it to them at the end. But I want you to show them step by step what you did and how you did it and how you got to where you are. So they are going to show you everything. They're not going to hide anything. At the end, if you still want to continue learning that, right, they may offer you something for sale. It doesn't matter. If you need to buy it, please do. But please don't just buy it and not do anything. Don't just do that. Because anybody who wants to succeed should know that success doesn't just happen. If you buy a training program, you have to believe that is going to work for you. You have to believe that the person who is teaching you knows what they're saying. And you have to believe that program, if you do what he says, that is going to get you the results that you want. Make it a must that you must succeed so that there's no other way but to succeed, right? What is your why? And then get your daily rituals, step by step, daily progress. Don't try to master everything. Don't try to be perfect the first day. Step by step, gradually, right? And before you know it, you're going to get everything. You're going to master everything that you need to master. Instead of, making false starts, step by step, gradually, daily rituals. Keep reminders around you. Look for people in that industry who are doing well. What are they doing? Watch what they do rather than what they say. Watch what they do most of the time. Listen to what they say. Listen to what I say a lot of times, but pay more attention to what I do than what I say. Right? So that is the process. If you want your life to change long term, permanently, not for just one brief period of one day, that is all it takes. I don't promise you that this is going to happen overnight, but I know that it will happen if you stay at it long enough. I wish this is something I could do for you. I would do it in a heartbeat at no charge, but I can't do it for you. It is something that you must do for yourself. I wish you all the luck in the world. The classes start tomorrow proper. I will be in all the classes too, because I will also help. If you have any questions, I will also be there aside from the panelists to also help you answer the questions. But I need you to think about everything that I've discussed with you tonight. Think about it, because it is going to make you join that 5% of the people who succeed when they get started. Thank you so much for listening to me. I know this sounds like a it sounds like a massive motivational lecture, but it is necessary. It is absolutely necessary, right? You can do this. So I'm going to start answering your questions. So Gabriela Chukujindu says, "Thank you, sir. I'm still a student. So please start asking questions, right? Are this what I can do as a student? Yes, you can do it. I have many people who have learned from me who were in school. Now they have graduated and they're doing really, really well. In fact, one of them is on Twitter. Anu Otudero is on Twitter. He was a student and in Ekiti State University or something like that. I can't remember, right? And he got involved in the internet. This guy will ask me 100 questions a day on Facebook. When I was active on Facebook, I'm going to start being active on Facebook again now that I've recovered. I've not been active for like 2 years, but I'm going to go back now again, right? So you can do it as a student, absolutely. So Felix says, how do you deal with shiny object syndrome? That's what I said. We've got to okay, so let me answer that question in a different way, right? Let me answer it in a different way. For shiny object syndrome, what you've got to ask yourself is, what is the one thing that I've decided to believe in 100%? Then ignore everything else. That's number one. So let's say it's affiliate marketing that you want to focus on. Ignore every other thing. Focus on the affiliate marketing. Now, but inside that affiliate marketing, another thing that can happen is that you're going to get 100 people trying to tell you that their own way of affiliate marketing is better. What you do is that you research all of them, because the ones that are good, you will have they will have results. Even if they're not, even if they are not talking too much, right? You probably see the kind of car they drive. You probably see the kind of lifestyle that they have. If they have a good lifestyle, obviously you know they're making money. So you get a courses from one or two of such people, and you ignore the rest also. So Fidelis checking and says, sir, about the MLM training, please, I need the help to push me. Can you do that for me? Yes, Fidelis, I'm going to do that. Actually, we are thinking, we are the verge of joining a network marketing company and starting our own team. But we're not going to do it the way a lot of people in that industry are greedy, greedy. I don't want to use the word bastards, but a lot of people there are greedy, right? So we're going to do it differently, totally differently. So please keep in touch with me, because we're going to announce that, but probably early next year or something. So Taiwo Ada Garage says, Taiwo says, please, I want to know if there will be recorded version of these classes. Yes, there will be recorded versions. Patrick Amajama says, sometimes I feel too old to start. What advice do you have for those of us who are just starting? Please start. Please start. From your name, I think you are Igbo. So Igbo people have an adage. So I'm just going to say it in English so that everybody understands it. And that adage says that whenever somebody wakes up, is their morning, right? So it doesn't matter whether you are 40 plus, please start. If you don't, my friend Akiarabi has this thing that he says. So he says, oh, you don't want to be a doctor because you are 40 years old. You don't want to get admission to be a doctor because you're 40 years old, because the course will take you 7 years to complete. And by the time you finish, you're going to be 47 years old. He will now say, guess what? Whether you do it or not, in 7 years' time, you're going to be 47 years old. Whether you do it or not, doesn't matter. Time is not going to hold on for you. So please, it doesn't matter. Please do it. If you need anything, if you need help, questions, I'm always available to answer. Just tag me on Twitter, and I'm going to do all my best to make sure that I give you an answer. Okay, so Colady says, what does MLM stand for? So MLM is multi-level marketing. or what we call network marketing. That's what it means, right? That's what it means. Can the recording be made available? Yes, the recording will. So today's recording, I'm going to make it available by tomorrow, so that you guys can have access to it. All right. We're going to upload it by tomorrow. So you can just come back to this watch page. I will teach you business.com/slash watch and view it. We are going to put it on that page before the end of tomorrow. Okay. Um, Akin Akinyemi Akinmutande. I hope I pronounce it right. He said, "How can you help me?" Well, I'm always available to answer your questions. I will always be around. Just ask me anything, tag me to anything. Join my email list. I'm going to type my email. I believe most of you here are already signed up, right? Register for this class. So if you register for the class, you are going to be on my email list. So you're going to start getting my my you're going to start getting my emails from next week every day. Sometimes I do every day. Sometimes I do like once every 2 days. Sometimes I do like once a week. But I'm going to try to be fairly consistent, right? Okay, let's see. Yeah, uh, Babatunde says, I sent you an email since last week seeking an urgent advice. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to check. Chidi, I'm going to check and reply, all right? Chidi is asking, will the classes be recorded? Yes, it will be recorded, and we are going to post each class the next day before the end of the day. On the same page, I will teach you business.com/watch. Okay? So Salvatore Chikeze says, let me see. In Nigeria, whenever network marketing is mentioned, what really comes to mind is bring two people. True, true. And that is what a lot of people who don't know understand how that thing works. That's what they do. So they tell you, oh, just bring two people. And then people will now start going to disturb their family members to come and sign up, which is nonsense. That is why people fail. Biggest reason why people fail in network marketing is that most of the people who join network marketing don't know anything about business. That is the major reason why they fail, actually. But if you have someone who is willing to teach you about business and you pay attention, you're going to make a ton of money in network marketing. The reason why I succeeded, I know, the reason why I succeeded in network marketing when I did it in 2015 was because I already knew business, right? I already knew business before I joined. I believe that's the reason why I succeeded. Joseph, of course, says, I don't know if my question on my ebook was answered already. No, please, just ask it again. Yes, the classes will be recorded. Tomorrow is e-commerce, Thomas. So please be there tomorrow. But we're still going to record the class and post it the next day. Yeah, Joseph, you can ask your ebook question again. Yeah, same time every day. It is 8 p.m. every day until Saturday. The last class is going to be on Saturday. Every time, every single class is 8 p.m. All right. Gabriela Chukujindu says, so are you saying that after we learn network marketing, we won't have to bring two people to earn? No, that's not what I mean. Now, that bring two people to earn, it depends on the type of network marketing company and the type of plan that they're using. So the ones that do bring two people are the ones that do all what is called the binary plan. So you have two legs, one leg and one leg. The company that I worked with in 2015, that was the plan they were using. But the problem is not bringing two people. I can show you how to bring people if I teach network marketing, if I teach what I did then, I can show you how to easily do it. That is not the problem. The problem is not bringing people. The problem is that the network marketing companies tell you to do a lot of bullshit. They will tell you, write a list of 10 people that you know, your friends, your family, people in your circle. write a list of 10 people that you know and start pitching to them. It doesn't work. Trust me. As somebody who has done all that shit, it doesn't work. So they try to make so they try to make it in your head. They try to make you think that it is that easy. No, it is simple. It's not easy. There are two different things. It is simple. It is simple that if you know exactly what to do, you can recruit people. The guy that I spoke today, Michael, that I spoke to today, he's in a network marketing company, right? And every week, he said every week he makes no less than 500,000 naira every week. In 3 months, he has sold products worth over 21 million naira for the company. In 3 weeks. No, in 3 months, sorry. So every week his commissions are at least 500,000. So let's say it's 500,000 every week. That's like 2 million every month. That's 24 million in 1 year. Right? So Emmanuel Ifesinachi says, which link are we clicking on tomorrow to join SAT? Same one, the same one. We're just going to start again with the same link. So what you do is what you basically do is just, for it to be easier for you, just come to iwillteachyoubusiness.com/watch. Let me type it here. iwillteachyoubusiness.com/watch. Right? Just do that. And everything we're putting everything on that page, and you can easily just get it, just watch all of it. And that's where we're going to be putting the recorded versions to, on that same page. So the live one, the one that we're going to do each day, will be on top. All the ones that we've already done will be below that one in sequence. You get what I mean now? Right? Okay. So Joseph says, I'm writing my first ebook and I'm kind of cut off. I know I have content I want to share to the world, but let me see. But I've written my first few pages. I know it rocks, but I need to know how to complete. See, it is easy. So let me explain with a drawing. Listen, right? This is where your people are, right? People you want to sell the ebook to. Abi? This is them here. So this is where they are. This is where they are starting from. So start now. I don't know how to use this thing. So this is where they are starting from. So this is the goal, right? This is the goal. Are you seeing what I'm writing, guys? So this is the goal. This is where they want to be, right? So what you want to do is you want to break. This is where they start. So if they read your ebook or whatever, it's going to lead them here, Abi. So what you want to do is that you want to break down this journey into steps. You want to break down this journey into steps. Doesn't matter whether it's 3 steps, one step, 2 steps, doesn't matter, right? So what you do is you ask yourself, what are the necessary steps that they need to go through so that they can go from starting to the goal that they want to achieve? If it's only 3 steps, please just write only 3 chapters. People are not buying your ebook because of the number of chapters. They're buying it because of what they hope to get out of it. That if they buy it and read it and use it, it's going to lead them to a particular goal. Nobody cares about the ebook. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Right? So my book, I Will Teach You Business, I'm updating it now. So I'm almost at 400 pages. But the reason I'm almost at 400 pages is because everything there is necessary to be there. Otherwise, I don't want to write a 400-page book because I know that by the time they start typesetting it to print it, it's going to be more than 400 pages. It's probably going to reach 450 or 460 pages, which means that it's going to be this thick. I don't want to write a thick book, but because everything there is necessary, it needs to be there. That's why it's there. Otherwise, I'm going. If it can be 50 pages, I don't mind. People are not buying the number of pages. People are not paying for the. You have to understand what people are not. When people buy something from you, they are not buying the thing. They are buying the results they will get from the thing. That's what they are paying for. They trust that they are going to get value. Exactly. I know Chidebere just said that. They trust that they are going to get value when they buy the thing. That is what they are paying for. Nobody cares. You could blow it inside the bottle if they could put the bottle and breathe it in and get the result. All fine and good, right? So Ikpaye Ojuna says, I didn't get the previous I'll teach you business book. Check Nipos. Yeah, Nipos messed up the deliveries. So what I'm going to do is that when we print this new version, everybody who paid for the previous one who didn't get it, we're going to send them this new version free of charge. So you will still get it. So when it's printed, I'm going to announce it. Obviously, I'll send it. I'll send an email to my list. So if you're not on my list, please go join my list. It is iwillteachyoubusiness.com/join, right? Make sure you're on the list. I also put it on my Twitter page. Anyway, so you are going to know once it's out. Once it's out, just send me a message, and we're going to send you a copy. Free of charge. Okay. Kawahid says, okay, what you do is, what is this madness that EKEDC is doing to me? So just tag me on Twitter, right? Just tag me on Twitter now once I end the class, because I'll end the class maybe in about 10 minutes, and I'll find the link. I know there's a link where all the books are. All right. So what else? Sorry, the stream cut off a bit and then it's back now. All right. So I think there are no more questions. Has the class ended? Let's see. Okay, so there are no more questions. So I'm going to end the class now. So I want to say thank you so much to all of you for coming on. I'm really, really grateful that you took your time out of your busy schedules. You could have done anything else, but you chose to be here to listen to me because you valued me enough and you believed that I had something to offer you. So thank you for coming on. Please, tomorrow, because our Zoom has a limit of 100 people. So if you're number 101, you may not be able to get on the class. So that's why we're streaming it on YouTube. So please, tomorrow, if you want to join the class, just go to I will teach you business.com/watch. All right. I will teach you business.com/watch. Thank you so much. God bless every single one of you. I really, really appreciate you. And I thank you for coming on. If you need to ask me another thing, whatever it is, just tag me on Twitter. All right. Tag me on Twitter. God bless you. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.